Are you letting a scarcity mindset hold you back? Do you view things like disappointments and obstacles as the reason that you're not successful instead of seeing them as ways to get stronger, to get wiser, and to get more effective? Well, welcome back to Saige Unplugged. I'm Kristin. I am a mindset and routine expert. I've spent years helping leaders and business owners rewire their thinking and restructure their daily habits for the success that they want. But here's the truth. Saige Unplugged isn't just about what I'm trying to teach and pass on. I'm going to be super vulnerable. This is my journey as well, and I want to bring you on it with me. Now, this whole month, I'm going to be digging into the power of broke. This is by Daymond John. You've probably seen him on Shark Tank. And he goes through truly his journey and how the mindset of being broke can unlock so much potential in you and your creativity. So let's get you out of that scarcity mindset loop and moving to a place where not having enough money, not having enough resources, and not having enough connections isn't a problem. It's actually the very thing that is going to help you be even more successful. Before we can really dig into some of the things that you need to do, let's understand even Daymond's journey. He launched Fubu. If you don't know about him, he launched the company Fubu, and it did not start out in a fancy office in a big production warehouse. It wasn't celebrity endorsed when it launched. He literally launched this business. He was sewing the hats in his mom's house and just selling it on the streets in Queens. He didn't have investors at first. He didn't have a fancy office. Just had a drive, a hunger inside him that helped fuel his vision. And that's really where I want to start today. There is something powerful that happens when we shift our mindset. And instead of looking at something that is holding you back, look at it as how do you use that to your advantage? I've been there. Saige Consultants has launched literally from my kitchen table. My partner Laileni, her business Be Chic, she launched that out of her dining room table. She was literally hand making the jewelry that now sells around the world. It is possible to get started with nothing or very little, because what ends up happening is you find ways to get even more creative and more resourceful, and that builds a stronger foundation. Kind of digging into a lot of what Laileni has shared on these episodes with us, and even myself. When you don't have money at your fingertips to grow a business, that's actually a blessing for you. It forces you to really decide, what does your business truly need? You don't need to launch a business with a fancy, perfect website. You don't need to have all the bells and whistles in place, a full staff. Now, there are certain businesses that will need that. You're opening a brick and mortar restaurant. Of course, you're going to need money to secure your rent and things like that. But there are things you can do to generate a business and a routine that will get the wheels going, that don't require a huge startup fund and a lot of people. So it's shifting your mindset. Maybe your ultimate goal is to have a restaurant, but what can you do right now with cottage laws to just get started and build a reputation for what it is you offer at farmers markets or even in your own neighborhood? Once you begin to truly shift your mindset and realize that not having the funds, not having a connection isn't holding you back, you unlock the ability of resourcefulness. So when you look at individual relationships that you have and what do they know, what can you learn from them? How can they connect you? Or what resources do you already have? What skills do you already have? This begins to awake something in you that will really help drive your success. You got to get scrappy. You end up not throwing money away on things, but literally fine-tuning what is your business need. We're kind of in the midst of this with Saige Consultants. We're really evaluating what subscriptions we need to truly function in our business, even evaluating how big our website is. There's things that we're doing to just thin out the cost of even Saige Consultants so we can truly put money where it matters and fuel the growth of the business. Social media is another great example. There's a lot of things that you can do for free and on your own. I know that it is smart to outsource and free up your time to dig into other things, but outsourcing right out the gate may not be the right thing. And that's another thing Laileni and I are going through with Saige Consultants. It makes a lot of sense to eventually have somebody do our social media for us, and we definitely want to go that way so we can fuel somebody else's passion in growing their social media. But there's a lot of great tools that we can use on like Canva and Meta, and a lot of other resources that don't require expensive subscriptions that can help you with things like social media, bookkeeping, and even getting your offerings in front of customers for them to be able to buy. Wrapping this up, we've talked about shifting your mindset. It's not just about seeing these obstacles as things that are holding you back, but seeing them as an opportunity to develop grit, maybe teach yourself a new resource so you learn how to do something on your own. But we need to talk about your routine, because mindset without action is just a dream. And what I want to see happen for you is success that comes not only from how you're thinking about things, but what you're doing about it. A really good thing to incorporate in your routine is to take time to reflect. Are you seeing yourself in a pattern of the scarcity mindset, or are you using things like gratitude and goal setting as ways to begin to propel your mind forward? Think about one thing that you can do today that would help your business or move you towards your business goal that you just haven't done yet. So many times we say, oh, I'll start my business once I have this much in the bank, or I'll start my business once I accomplish this in my career. I was totally guilty of that. I thought I needed to wait until I had led X amount of $1 million companies or businesses before anybody would take me serious. But really, that's not the case. When you're successful at something at any tier, there's people out there who want what it is that you can offer. Make sure that you take time to reflect on what it is, where your mindset is, and things that you have already in your resources. What are your goals, and how can you go about starting those? Thank you for joining me on this episode. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Hitting that little bell lets you know when we post these each weekend. But also, who needs to hear what I just shared today? Who's going through a journey that might need a little bit of a mindset shift, or beginning the routine that will catapult their success? Thank you for joining. Thank you for sharing. And I'll see you next week. Bye.